We're going to make sure we start with familiar things. X minus 2 squared minus 6 is right 2 and down 6. Since we're dealing with a whole ton of different functions to start with, the different parent functions, I'm going to say it starts from x squared, moved right 2 and down 6. So it says state the parent function and the translations. If I move right 2 and down 6, the bottom of my parabola moves to 2 comma negative 6. So in all caps I wrote, label the point where the origin moved to. That's right 2 and down 6. And then we can go up 1, up 3, up 5, up 7 if you're feeling ambitious. Or you can just trace at those points. But the pattern is, for squaring, it's up 1, up 3, up 5, if the vertex is a whole number. And you're not messing with stretches, which we're not at this point. The domain, again, for any quadratic, the domain is all reals. And the range, unlike the domain, the range has a problem. You can't get down below negative 6. So it's just y is greater than or equal to negative 6. Even if I don't say graph these, you should be looking at the picture on your calculator. Absolute value of x moved left 2 and down 1. So we're going to say left 2, down 1, and then draw the absolute value function. Check it with your calculator. Make sure you draw straight lines, not curvy ones. This is not a parabola. Yes, I will take off points if your graph is bug ugly. The point here is negative 2, negative 1, and the domain is all reals. The range is getting above negative 1. You can hit negative 1. If you trace at negative 2, you actually do get negative 1. But then you go up from that. Okay, this is x cubed, right 1, and up 2. So I'm going to plot a point, right 1 and up 2. That is the point 1 comma 2. And then I'm going to go, okay, so cubing goes up 1 and then like up 7 more. So it's a lot like, can you go down 7? Let's see, yeah. It's a lot like the parabola. Make sure you make it flatten out. It doesn't go diagonally. It flattens out and then it starts curving again. So make sure it looks kind of like it ought to be, the bottom of a U shape, not a line in the middle. Thank you. The domain is all reals and the range is all reals. You can plug any number in and you can get any height out. The next function's a little more complicated. Square root of x, move left 4 and down 1. So left 4, down 1, there it is. Up 1, right 3, right 5, or trace on your calculator. Make sure it looks vertical at the beginning so that it looks like it could conceivably be part of a sideways parabola. Okay, so it goes on this side, it just stops at negative 4, negative 1. All right, so what's the domain? This one, x can't be to the left of negative 4. So greater than or equal to negative 4, range up from negative 1. Wonder how you make it go down instead. Okay, we're going to look at 1 over x, right 1, and up 2, right, x minus 1. Notice that, how do you tell what's inside? Well, it's 1 over thing. Thing is the inside. Since it's x minus 1 in there, x minus 1, that's my inside. So that's going to be just like square root of x minus 1. It moves right 1 and up 2. This time, instead of drawing points at 1 comma 2, we draw a pair of asymptotes. 1 over x is this weird function. It goes and it has asymptotes that it flattens out. Make sure you keep getting closer and closer and closer to those dotted lines. So what are those dotted lines? There's a dotted line at x equals 1. You can't get x to equal 1. If you graph this function, don't forget parentheses around the denominator. If you graph this function and trace at 1, you will get no answer. The domain is x not equal to 1. The range, the height you can't get to, is 2. Okay. Cube root function, let's see, right 2 up 4. And then it's, if I graph right 2 and up 4, that point is 2 comma 4. Again, it's a sideways cubic. Fortunately for you, on the homework, I'm not making you graph it carefully. I'm just making you sketch it. But a sideways cubic.
Sideways cubic.
Up 1 over like 7 more. So it really flattens out a lot. Make it come in for a landing. Vertical just for an instant.
Sorry about the muted. Can't figure out what's doing that.
Okay. So the sideways cubic domain is all reals. Range is all reals.
Okay, and because it's making me crazy, I forgot to write this point. 1 comma 2. Put it in. It says write the point.